All right, let's dive right in. The world of AI just got hit by a massive strategic earthquake. Seriously, Meta has made a move that on the surface looks pretty simple, but believe me, it is sending shockwaves through the entire tech industry, from the biggest players in Silicon Valley all the way down to independent developers all over the world. And really, it all comes down to this one question. I know, it sounds like a crazy exaggeration, right? But as we're about to see, Meta has basically weaponized simplicity to launch one of the most ambitious power plays we have seen in years. This is not just some new feature. This is a plan to fundamentally reshape how we all interact with the internet.
So to really get why what Meta just did is such a big deal, we gotta look at the landscape right before they made their move. You know, the world of these powerful autonomous AI agents, it was kind of like the Wild West, full of incredible potential for sure, but also incredibly dangerous and just way too complicated for the average person.
And this right here, this is the core of the problem. You had agents like OpenClaw, a perfect example of these powerful open source tools that developers were so excited about. But to actually use it, you needed to be pretty tech savvy. And even worse, it was a total security nightmare. I mean, we're talking about agents getting hijacked to steal your personal data or even being used to launch automated harassment campaigns online. So that was the huge wall standing between powerful AI and, well, everyone else. So into all of this chaos and complexity, here comes Meta. And they've got an answer that is so elegant, so deceptively simple, that it's actually easy to miss just how brilliant it is from a strategic point of view. They looked at the danger and the mess of open source agents and just decided to do the exact opposite. And boom, they roll out their new AI agents, we'll call them Manus agents for this explainer, which were the result of a multi-billion-dollar acquisition. And they start putting them directly inside messaging apps, starting with Telegram. Think about that. Instead of some complicated software you have to download and install, Meta turned a powerful AI agent into something as simple as adding a new contact to your chat list. This chart just lays it out perfectly, right? The old way was all command lines, API keys, a huge headache. The new way? You scan one single QR code. That's it. The old way put you at huge risk for getting hacked. The new way keeps you safe inside Meta's secure walled garden. They've taken all the power of these advanced agents and just completely removed all the friction. And that brings us to the key concept here, zero friction onboarding. This is Meta's secret weapon. By making this incredibly advanced tech available to literally anyone who can scan a QR code, they haven't just made a better product. No, they've created a strategic advantage that is almost impossible for anyone else to compete with. Okay, but here's the thing. This isn't just about making things easy for you and me. This is where we really pull back the curtain and see the real master plan. This is a calculated gambit to fundamentally change the power structure of the entire internet. So you really have to ask yourself, is Meta just trying to be helpful here? Or is this an absolutely audacious plan to completely bypass the gatekeepers of the mobile world, Apple and Google, and that infamous 30% tax they charge on absolutely everything in their app stores? There's actually a name for this strategy, Chat as OS, or Chat as an operating system. The whole idea is to transform that simple messenger app you use every single day into the central command hub for your entire digital life. Forget apps, forget icons. The new way of doing things is just talking or typing in plain English. And they're not just winging it. There is a clear, deliberate 4-step plan. Step 1, test the system out on a third-party app, in this case Telegram. Step 2, use all that real-world data to perfect it. Step 3, deploy that flawless version to their own 2.5 billion WhatsApp users. And step 4, that's the checkmate. They completely sidestep the app stores, creating their own ecosystem where they make all the rules. Now, if this plan actually works, it doesn't just challenge Apple and Google. We are talking about an extinction-level event for the entire app economy as we've known it for the last, 15 years? This quote from our source material just nails it. The entire model of downloading an app, opening it up, clicking around on buttons, it's all about to become obsolete. I mean, why would you bother opening a dozen different apps when you can just tell your chat agent what you want, and it does everything for you behind the scenes? And here's the crucial shift. The whole business model completely inverts. The value is no longer in having a pretty, user-friendly interface for a human to look at. Nope. The new value is in having a flawless, machine-readable API that an AI agent can talk to. And Meta is positioning itself to be the ultimate gatekeeper between every single business and every single one of us. But with any grand plan like this, there's always a hidden risk, right? A potential flaw that could bring the whole thing crashing down. And for Meta, this is a massive one, what we're calling the Great Privacy Paradox. I mean, just look at this contrast. It is stark. It's unavoidable. You've got Telegram, a platform that was built from the ground up on a promise of privacy and encryption. And then you have Meta, a company that is, well, legendary for its insatiable appetite for user data. These two polar opposite philosophies are now sharing the same bed. It's a ticking time bomb. And this brings this whole high-level strategy right down to a really personal level for you. When you use this service, are you, maybe without even realizing it, opening a direct pipeline from your most private conversations and files straight into the heart of Meta's data mining operations? That is the billion-dollar question. And that conflict, it's basically setting the stage for the next great tech war. We're seeing the first shots being fired in a battle that's not for the smartest AI, but for something much, much more tangible. This new battlefield has a name. It's called the execution layer. And look, it's not about which AI can write the best poem or generate the prettiest picture. It's about which AI can actually book your flight, buy your groceries, and manage your calendar. The winner of this war is the one who controls what AI does in the real world. And you can see the different strategies taking shape. Google's going deep, baking its AI into its own operating system. Apple is doing what Apple does, locking it down inside its hardware-walled garden. But Meta's plan, it's by far the most aggressive. By using messenger apps that are on every phone, doesn't matter if it's an iPhone or an Android, they're creating this universal layer that just sits on top of everyone else's hardware, bypassing them completely. Which brings us to the ultimate takeaway of this whole thing. This is the core principle. This is why Meta is so well positioned to win this war. Absolute, dead, simple convenience for the user is the most powerful force in technology, period. And that's really the whole story. While the tech-savvy developers were debating the philosophical purity of open-source code on GitHub, Mark Zuckerberg and Meta were busy handing the raw power of AI to billions of people with something as mind-bogglingly simple as a QR code. They focused on mass adoption, not just innovation. So we're going to end with this. That layer of human interaction is being completely devoured by AI agents that live inside our chat apps. The question is no longer if this is happening, it's how we're all going to adapt. The future belongs to those who can integrate with this new reality. So the real question is, are you prepared for the messenger-driven economy?